So, what do I love about studying in KMU Polish campus? Well, obviously after the war, we didn't expect to be able to study physically in a medical university until things had resolved. So being able to continue our craft and progress towards our graduation in such a beautiful campus with new facilities, especially for the students, has been really amazing.
And adding to that, as a transfer student, of course, who hasn't been in KMU from the beginning of my study, it was a very good opportunity for me to be able to also continue my studies physically and not have to attend classes online with my older university. And I know several cases with a lot of people who have actually transferred here to KMU and have been met with such great opportunities, and actually have a few friends who have graduated since coming to KMU. Also, I'd like to mention the fact that, well, because we are in the same class, we obviously are from different ethnicities. I've had the good opportunity to meet people from different ethnic groups and different places in the world and learn more about their culture.
Yeah, definitely. As a British Pakistani student, it's been really refreshing to meet students from all over the world and experience a wide mix of cultures. I've got so many classmates now from African countries, from Nigeria, from Côte d'Ivoire. I have friends from India. Of course, Ukrainian students still study in the Polish campus. So it's been really nice to bring that cultural element to what is often thought of as a very rigorous scientific kind of discipline. Medicine is difficult to study, but when you have that around you, that cultural support and the idea that you're part of a movement of people studying together, it's really been very, very useful.
Yes, and also I think integrating the different cultures and regional places in the world and how they apply to medical studies and like how medical laws are applied there. And also I think, speaking of culture, we are going to school in Poland, which is Eastern Europe, so we've been able to get to know the culture here, you know, the different foods, the different...
I found that really interesting as well, because coming from Ukraine to study in Poland, there's a real sisterhood, a brotherhood of culture here. There's a lot of shared similarities, a shared love between the cultures, and having experienced the Ukrainian side of things and then finding that in Poland as well has been, really eye-opening and very encouraging, useful. Really, and for the medical studies, being in a campus that is newly opened and designed to accommodate students who are transferring from online studies back to offline studies, it's been really amazing to be part of that as seniors in our university now, approaching graduation. It's been really a good opportunity to kind of show some leadership skills and take on opportunities when it comes to fostering some of the younger students and integrating them into the systems.
Of course, and with our teachers as well, qualified surgeons, using their active experience with the pediatric teacher, using her cases that she had in the past, and surgery teachers using their actual physical in-person experience as surgeons to teach us.
Yeah, that has been one of the most impressive things. I think as students, one of the things that we sometimes forget to appreciate is that our teachers are all qualified medical professionals who practice in Ukraine and often make the journey from Poland back to Ukraine to continue their practice and return to teach us during the different cycles that we have.
Medical relevance.
It's very fresh, and it's a new way of appreciating the craft. I think learning from textbooks is essentially forming the basis of your medical theory, but when you see and have experience with doctors who are still very involved in the actual practice of medicine and come and help you acquire the same skills, it's really an opportunity I'm very thankful for.
And I like to just say that although the Kyiv Medical Polish campus is a very new one, a lot of it is still evolving. There's a lot of ways I think the administration is trying to better it. And with us leaving with this semester, hopefully, you know, there will be more and more improvements here.
Absolutely. And, I look forward to that as well. The development of the KMU Polish campus gives you a window into European healthcare and how it operates as a system. I think it's a really good opportunity for those people looking to access a taste of European education. You definitely, you know, have access to let's say conferences and events in the locality. There's medical conferences in Krakow and the neighboring cities, and even in Katowice itself. there are some very good opportunities for medical students to kind of explore which parts of medicine it is they want to focus on, which disciplines they might choose to specialize in. Yeah.
We're grateful for having our own individual experience and hopeful that anybody else who would want to be part of this would have their own individual experience.
Yeah. Going back to the extracurricular side of medical education at KMU Polish campus, because I think it often goes unmentioned, but the effort that KMU put into celebrating the culture and the diversity of their foreign students is definitely noteworthy.
Yeah.
You know, we recently had that Festival of Culture.
Color. Yeah,
Festival of Color, Festival of Cultures. We had student-led dances and events. I'm sure that's something to celebrate. And yeah. And
there has always, I think, been a reward system for that as well. Like, come and participate, you know, you have something to gain from this. It's a good thing.
Absolutely. Celebration of cuisine, exploring each other's cultures and languages in the framework of your university, I found really helps build ties with your colleagues.
I think a honorable mention for the university is their extensive effort into, I guess, giving us all the equipment that we need and the facilities that we need. I remember we were having our surgery cycle just recently and we had access to a dummy with a simulation.
Yeah, this full simulation lab is being developed, and you know, we have access to the vast majority of simulation dummies, mannequins, obviously all the instruments, and familiarizing ourselves with them. As you know, graduating doctors is very important, and having that opportunity here has been very useful.
I believe if you're a student, of course, being a student is already as expensive as it could be. KMU provides you with a dormitory where you can have subsidized and affordable housing as a student in a case where you would want to live, you know, in a community of other students like yourself.
Yeah, definitely. As you say, not only is it affordable, but you are in a situation where you're surrounded by your colleagues. It's easier to study together, to meal plan together. The dormitory that KMU provides is also an opportunity to bring your learning home with you, but not let it take over your life. You know, being able to relax with your colleagues is an integral part of studying medicine, I think. Part of the reason people think medicine is such a difficult career option to pursue is because the studying can often be quite a lonely and challenging experience. But when you have that communal atmosphere to study in, it can be really useful. One consideration that people might have about studying in Europe is the cost. And as my colleague mentioned, having access to affordable housing while you're here is a huge bonus.
Yeah, it's a huge cut-off from all the costs. And yeah, I believe being surrounded with people in general who have virtually the same goals, it helps you feel a little bit less alienated, because if all of your friends, all of the people who are your peers are not people who understand what it means to be a medical student, but the extensive amount of hours that you dedicate into school, it can be a bit tricky. So I think having a close-knit community that could come from coming to school physically and, you know, living with people who are in similar situations as you, it overall just builds a good breeding ground for your emotional state and your physical state with studying medicine.
Your support network can develop around you in that case too. So yeah, huge props to the university for providing that for students. And again, so many reasons to love studying at KMU Polish campus.